What did you feel when you learned you were a member of a team to be dispatched to Azerbaijan? Of course, I was first asked whether I wanted to take part or not. To tell the truth, I answered at once without thinking too much. My answer was positive because it was a good occasion, a good chance. I had studied that country in Yerevan or in Stepanakert, in front of a computer or reading newspapers. It was a unique chance to get there for an Armenian and resident of Armenia. I quickly accepted the offer. As to my personal impressions, they were as interesting as in any other country. Of course, it was more interesting in the context of, so to say, forbidden fruit. You cannot get there every day. What about the schedule? Had it been discussed with you beforehand, or had it been arranged by a relevant institution with you informed later? Both ways. To be precise, we were informed. The programs were designed following the mirror reflection principle, but were coordinated by the three countries. The program we worked under there was developed in Azerbaijan. The program they traveled under here was developed in Yerevan and Stepanakert. We exchanged the programs beforehand through the mediator Andrzej Kasperczyk. That is, we knew about our destination and they about theirs. For example, they refused to enter the renovated upper mosque in Shushi. We can suppose the reason. By doing so, they would have admitted the fact that unlike Azerbaijan, Artsakh protects Muslim monuments. On the other hand, there may have been places the Armenian side would not have wanted us to visit. They had been removed from our program. Yes, we had initially known about our destination. Did you go there as a political scientist and citizen, or just as an ethnic Armenian? As a whole, I went there as a researcher. I was introduced as a journalist there, just as two of my fellow workers. I have a background in political science. The two professions are alike and both have a task of research and establishing the truth. But a journalist and a researcher use different tools, so I felt myself a researcher, and Armenian researcher. After returning, you witnessed the reaction caused by your Azerbaijani counterparts' articles in social media. What is your opinion? I was not at all surprised. Some people seem to have too high an opinion of this event or similar ones. But it is their problem. For example, when I am asked the following question, have you seen? They returned and posted a photo of Karvachar and wrote, Karvachar, our homeland. I answer, yes, I have. Nothing surprising about it. It is your problem because you knowingly or unknowingly believed that after that event, Azerbaijani society would stop perceiving Karabakh as it is perceiving it now. It was not our task, either of the initiative or of the 6 journalists. Our task was not settling the conflict or changing mutual perception. Individual expectations is a matter of perception and aspirations. The Azerbaijani journalist's message was natural for me. We went there with a clear task, visiting the hostile country and trying to see that society from inside to understand how accurate the data we receive sitting in front of our computers without having to go to Azerbaijan are. The anti-Armenian text and militant rhetoric, how realistic. That task was rather difficult and even impossible to accomplish. But to an extent we achieved our goal. And my comments and those of my colleagues during the last few days are on what we could see and on what conclusions we drew, both individually and as a group. Our task was first of all to properly implement the program and secondly, refrain from an inadequate reaction to Azerbaijani side's inadequacy. You witnessed those protests. What was your impression inside the country? We did not see any protest. We had contacts with specially selected people who, of course, did not show any aggression or hostility. Otherwise, it would have been strange. That would have meant they were doing their job unprofessionally. But we heard about the picket staged by 3 or 4 people in front of the Foreign Office. It may have been organized by means of some channels and was not artificial. But it does not change your question. We did not see it, if your question is about it. As regards effectiveness, what is your opinion of the prospects of such initiatives, and what can we benefit in the future if these are developed? It enables us to understand society and state, study them from inside, as well as create a strong human infrastructure through a humanitarian channel. Therefore, I consider this initiative effective, and I would like it to be developed.